Hey guys, welcome back to Dark and Smarter. Today we have another beginner's guide, this time revolving around the Ranger's class. The Ranger is Dark and Darker's main long-range damage dealer, capable of wielding a bow, crossbow, or spear. This deadly class is right at the top of the tier list in terms of power and damage per second, especially when your accurate aim chains together multiple headshots. This, combined with the stealthy trap-based gameplay, make the Ranger a viable solo or group class. There are a few need-to-knows for the Ranger before we get into the class's abilities and skills. For one, your arrows are not hit scan. They have both travel time and arrow drop, which makes it a little more difficult to hit moving targets. Second, the Ranger is the only class that can damage enemies through doors. This allows you and your team to get some free chip damage before engaging in a fight. Finally, your quiver is not endless. You have only 5 shots before you need to reload, so use them wisely. The Ranger class has access to both ranged and melee weapons, including a bow, crossbow, sword, spear, and a dagger. The bow is your default ranged weapon with a high rate of fire and 6 shots. The crossbow is a much slower, but insanely powerful single-shot range tool that is great for finishing off enemies. The sword, dagger, and spear are the Ranger's secondary weapons, which should be used in close quarters combat, when a bow or crossbow might be less effective. The Ranger also has access to a variety of traps and potions that can be used to control the battlefield. The Ranger class has 3 different options when it comes to bows. The longbow, which is the most powerful bow with reduced movement speed. The survival bow, which is the least powerful with highest rate of fire and movement speed. The recurve bow, with medium power, rate of fire, and movement speed. And like I mentioned earlier, you can also wield a crossbow, which is extremely slow but extremely powerful. The Ranger's secondary weapons are the rapier, which is the fastest but weakest secondary, the arming sword, which is slower but more damage, and the spear, which can be used with the perk Spear Proficiency. The spear is one of the most powerful weapons in the game with a decent attack speed. Knowing your Ranger perks is key to creating your build and dominating the dungeon. The Ranger perks are as followed. Tracking, enemy footprints appear red on the ground for 15 seconds. This helps to counter the rogue smoke bomb. Enhanced hearing, you can hear enemy footsteps from further away. Nimble hands, when using a bow, your default shooting animation is 15% faster. Ranged weapons expert, which increases physical attack power by 5% when using a ranged weapon. Sharpshooter, headshots deal 15% more damage when using a ranged weapon. Trap expert, you can set traps quicker than other classes. Spear proficiency, this will allow a ranger to equip a spear and gain 10 physical strength when attacking with a spear. Crossbow mastery, which increases crossbow reload speed by 50% and increases movement speed by 50% while reloading the crossbow. And finally, kinesthesia. When moving with the bowstring drawn, movement speed is increased by 10%. The Ranger class has access to skills that focus on mobility and survival. You can have a total of 2 skills equipped to the Q and E button. The current Ranger skills are True Shot, which increases projectile flight speed, Field Ration with 3 casts to instantly recover 25 HP, Quick Fire, which increases action speed by 50% for 5 seconds, only bows, Quick Shot, where you can fire 3 arrows in rapid succession, and finally Multi-Shot. When attacking with a bow-type weapon, you fire all 5 arrows at the same time with a big spread. To wrap it up, the Ranger class in Dark and Darker is a well-rounded character that can adapt to any situation in the game. With a combination of ranged and melee abilities, the Ranger can control the battlefield using traps and potions to turn the tide of the battle. To play the Ranger effectively, it is important to focus on increasing the dexterity and wisdom attributes, and to choose equipment that supports your playstyle. Thanks again for tuning into Dark and Smarter, and I'll catch you next time. See ya!